everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Bethany and today I am sharing how I make this gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan pretzel crust chocolate pudding pie. If you want to see how I make it, just keep on watching. First, I'm going to take some pretzels and crush them up into small pieces using a couple different methods. This would be easier using a Ziploc bag, but we use the reusable ones and I didn't want a dirty one just for this. The recipe says to use about 3.5 cups, but I just kind of eyeballed it. Then you're gonna add a 1/4 cup of brown sugar to that mix. Then you're gonna need 6 tablespoons of butter melted in the microwave. Then pour your melted butter in with the pretzel crumb and brown sugar mixture and stir to combine. Then you're going to want to grease your pie plate. I'm just using some coconut oil spray. Then pour your pretzel crumb mixture into the greased pie plate and press into an even layer. Then make sure your oven is preheated to 350 and bake for 10 to 12 minutes until toasted. Now we're going to start the pudding, and we need a 1/4 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. And then put that into a saucepan over medium heat. Then you'll need a 1/4 cup of cornstarch or arrowroot powder. I'm just using cornstarch here. Then you'll need a 1/2 cup of cane sugar. And a pinch of salt. Then whisk that all together. Then I'm going to add 1 cup of unsweetened oat milk. And a 3.5 ounce can of coconut cream. I'm adding the coconut milk first and continuing to whisk as I pour in the whole can. Then I'm going to stir in the oat milk. Now it's time to take out the pretzel crust from the oven. Make sure to let this cool for about 15 to 20 minutes before filling. And just keep stirring that pudding until it comes to a gentle boil and you start to see it bubble a little bit. After you see those bubbles, just keep stirring for a couple more minutes until it gets nice and thick. Then remove from heat and stir in 2/3 of a cup of dairy-free chocolate chips. I moved my pan back over, but the burner is off. This was just easier to stir on this side, working in a very small kitchen here. Then you're going to stir in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, then add in 1 to 2 tablespoons of your dairy-free butter. Now we're going to make the ganache that we will pour onto the crust that will go in before we pour the pudding in. You're going to need 1/3 cup of dairy-free chocolate chips and 2 teaspoons of coconut oil. And then melt the chocolate and coconut oil together in the microwave for about 30 to 45 seconds, stopping to stir every 15 seconds. Stir until completely smooth and then pour and spread over the bottom of the pretzel crust. And let that set a little bit before adding the pudding. I ended up putting mine in the fridge for just a little bit. I'm just giving my pudding a little stir. Look at how thick this is. I was pretty impressed by this consistency. Then you're just going to pour the pudding on top of the crust. Then smooth it out and refrigerate until it's set for 2 to 12 hours. I did this little trick where I put a few toothpicks in the pie before I put the saran wrap on so that it didn't mess up the pie. Then when it's all set, you can top it with your dairy-free whipped cream. I'm just using some coconut milk whipped cream. Then I'm going to use this almond milk chocolate bar from Trader Joe's to make some chocolate curls for a garnish on top of the pie, and then it'll be all done. was really warm in our apartment when I was making this, so you can see the chocolate bar is like melting all over my hand. Now it's time for the best part, which is time to cut the pie and eat it. You guys, this turned out so good. Check out the description box below for a link to the recipe that I used to make this pie, and give this video a like and comment down below and let me know if you make this recipe. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.